Welcome to Rare Coin Master, where every coin tells a story and every story could be worth a fortune. Let's uncover the rare, the valuable, and the extraordinary, one coin at a time. Imagine holding a tiny piece of metal in your hand, no bigger than your fingertip, yet carrying within it a story of history, artistry, and unimaginable value. This is the fascinating tale of the United Kingdom Liberty 1 cent coin from 2006, a coin that seems ordinary at first glance, but as we peel back its layers, we uncover a treasure that has captured the hearts of collectors all around the world. Coins are not just currency, they are silent storytellers, whispering secrets of the past, and this coin is no exception. The year 2006 was a remarkable time in the United Kingdom's coinage history, as the minting of coins during this period reflected a bridge between tradition and modernization. Among these coins, the Liberty 1 cent stood out. Though small, its design carried a profound meaning, echoing themes of freedom, resilience, and national pride. It was a coin that drew upon the essence of British craftsmanship while borrowing stylistic influences that gave it a universal appeal. Collectors often say that coins are miniature works of art, and when we look at the Liberty 1 cent of 2006, it's impossible not to agree. On the obverse, the coin proudly features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a symbol of continuity and strength, captured in a dignified pose. Her presence on this coin is a reminder of the monarchy's enduring legacy and the unity it represents for the United Kingdom. This portrait is not just any image, it is a finely detailed engraving that highlights the skill of the Royal Mint's artists, who carefully crafted every line to reflect realism and respect. It is a face recognized across the globe, and it gave this small coin a global recognition. Turn the coin to its reverse side, and you are greeted with something just as powerful. The Liberty design is striking, embodying a spirit that transcends borders. It represents not only the concept of freedom but also a connection between the United Kingdom and broader ideals that humanity holds dear. The artistry on the reverse is sharp, precise, and elegant, blending symbolism with aesthetics to create an impression that has fascinated both new and seasoned collectors. When it comes to minting details, the 2006 Liberty 1 cent was produced with precision and care at the Royal Mint. Though millions of coins were struck in various denominations that year, the Liberty 1 cent occupies a unique space. Certain editions were produced in smaller numbers, and special variations with distinctive qualities became sought-after treasures. For collectors, rarity is everything, and the scarcity of high-grade specimens from 2006 has elevated this coin's status. Condition is key, and coins that have survived in pristine mint state are nearly impossible to find, which only adds to their value. What makes this coin truly special is not just its beauty or its history, but the way it has captured imaginations. Collectors from across the world have chased after this coin, bidding passionately at auctions, sometimes pushing prices beyond expectations. The Liberty 1 cent has become more than a coin, it has become a symbol of aspiration for numismatists everywhere. Each collector dreams of discovering one in flawless condition, tucked away in an old collection or hidden in a forgotten drawer. The thrill of the hunt adds an element of mystery and excitement that money alone cannot buy. Stories often circulate within the coin collecting community about individuals who stumbled upon this coin without realizing its true worth. Imagine someone finding it in loose change or passed down through family, only to later discover that what they thought was just a simple coin could actually change their life forever. These tales inspire collectors and dreamers alike, making the Liberty 1 cent of 2006 a legend in its own right. Over the years, experts have studied the 2006 Liberty 1 cent extensively. They've noted its fine detailing, its unusual presence among United Kingdom coinage, and its appeal that crosses borders. While some coins remain local in their popularity, this coin has drawn international attention, placing it in a category that only a handful of coins ever reach. The balance of artistry, symbolism, and scarcity has ensured its place as a cornerstone in numismatic circles, but what truly leaves people stunned is its market value today. While ordinary coins from this same year may only be worth their face value, the Liberty 1 cent of 2006 in exceptional condition has broken barriers in terms of worth. At private sales and auctions, its price has been whispered about in astonishment. Collectors with deep pockets have been known to pay unimaginable amounts just to secure one of these elusive pieces. So, how much is this coin really worth? After exploring its story, its artistry, and its rarity, we arrive at the answer that leaves jaws dropping. The United Kingdom Liberty 1 cent coin from 2006 has been valued today at an astonishing $20 million. Yes, you heard that right, $20 million for a coin so small, yet so priceless. Its worth lies not only in its metal but in its history, its beauty, and the dreams it represents. Next time you look at a coin, remember that sometimes, the smallest treasures hold the greatest secrets. Who knows, perhaps one day you'll stumble across a Liberty 1 cent of 2006 and find yourself holding not just a coin, but a fortune in your hand. Imagine holding a small piece of history in your hand, something so ordinary yet so powerful that it carries the weight of an entire era. A coin may look like just metal to most people, but for collectors, historians, and treasure seekers, every coin tells a story of nations, people, and time. Today, we are diving into the fascinating world of the 1974 United Kingdom Liberty quarter dollar, a coin that has captured the imagination of numismatists around the globe. This coin is more than just a currency, it's a symbol of art, culture, and the mystery that comes with rarity. And by the end of this story, you will discover why this coin has become one of the most desirable pieces in numismatic history, with an astounding value of up to $1.5 million in the collector's market. Picture the year 1974. The world was shifting through political changes, economic turbulence, and cultural revolutions. Coins minted during this period were not just monetary tools, but reflections of a society's values and its struggles. The Liberty quarter dollar from 1974 stands as one such creation, linking the ideals of liberty, freedom, and heritage to a small but mighty artifact. When you first look at this coin, it might seem like just another quarter, but upon closer inspection, you'll notice the intricate details that set it apart. The obverse side, with the Liberty motif, isn't just a design. It represents the very essence of independence and symbolizes the timeless spirit of freedom. Each curve, each inscription, was deliberately crafted to stand the test of time. Now imagine the coin traveling through history. From the hands of a worker in the 1970s buying a loaf of bread, to the hands of a collector decades later recognizing its rarity and worth, this journey is what makes coins fascinating. The 1974 Liberty quarter dollar carries this magic. Unlike common circulation coins, many of these pieces were struck in limited numbers, creating scarcity that fuels today's incredible demand. And scarcity, as every collector knows, is the key to astronomical value. But what makes this coin so unique? First, the minting process of the era. In 1974, technology was not as refined as today, which means that mint errors were more common. Some of these coins display slight anomalies in strikes, off-center images, or unusual markings. To a casual spender in 1974, these imperfections may have gone unnoticed, but to today's collector, they are golden treasures. A simple minting flaw can transform a standard quarter into a masterpiece worth a fortune. The Liberty quarter dollar is a prime example of how history, error, and rarity combine to create immense value. Collectors often describe coins like this as frozen moments in time. Every dent, every scratch, tells the story of where it has been. Some 1974 Liberty quarter dollars remained untouched, preserved in mint condition, while others passed through countless hands, exchanged in markets, shops, and banks. Those pristine, uncirculated examples are now considered jewels in collections, selling for staggering sums at auctions. And even circulated ones, depending on their condition, command attention from enthusiasts all over the world. The appeal of the 1974 Liberty quarter dollar isn't just about its rarity, it's about its symbolism. Liberty has always been an ideal cherished by nations and individuals. This coin became a small but powerful reminder of the fight for independence, democracy, and equal rights. People are not just buying metal when they pay millions for this coin, they are buying into a story, a legacy that transcends time. And stories, as we know, are priceless. Let's take a moment to talk about the artistry of the coin. The designs of the 1970s had a distinctive character, blending traditional elements with modern touches. The Liberty Quarter Dollar stands out with its detailed imagery, sharp engravings, and a balance that makes it visually stunning. When light hits its surface, the reflections highlight the beauty of craftsmanship from an era when every detail mattered. To hold such a coin is to appreciate the artistry of minting as much as its monetary value. As the years passed, collectors began to realize the importance of this coin. Auction houses started listing them, and bids went higher than expected. The coin's reputation grew, and so did its mystique. Rumors of rare variants spread, and stories circulated of individuals who found one hidden in old collections, suddenly turning into millionaires overnight. Imagine stumbling upon a 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar in your attic or in a forgotten coin jar. The thought alone gives chills to coin enthusiasts who dream of finding hidden treasures. The collector market thrives on rarity and stories, and the 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar provides both. Over the years, prices skyrocketed, especially for those preserved in near-perfect condition. Today, it's not surprising to hear about collectors willing to pay up to $1.5 million for one of these coins. Why such a high value? Because only a few exist in such pristine state, and demand among wealthy collectors has outpaced availability. When something is rare and carries historical significance, its price can only go one way, up. Think about how remarkable this is. A coin once worth just 25 cents now valued in the millions. This transformation from pocket change to fortune tells us something profound about history, perception, and human desire. It reminds us that sometimes, the things we overlook in everyday life can turn out to be extraordinary treasures in the future. For those who dream of building collections, the 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar serves as a beacon. It teaches patience, passion, and the art of recognizing value where others see none. Coin collecting isn't just about amassing objects, it's about connecting with history, preserving culture, and sometimes, uncovering hidden wealth. The story of this coin embodies all those lessons in one small piece of metal. Now, as you listen to this, perhaps you're imagining what it would feel like to own such a treasure. To open a small velvet case, look inside, and see the gleam of a 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar staring back at you. That feeling, that connection to history, is what drives collectors to spend fortunes. It is not just ownership, it's stewardship of a legacy. And here comes the big revelation, the climax of our story. The United Kingdom Liberty Quarter Dollar from 1974, a coin that began as a simple piece of currency, has achieved a collector's value of up to $1.5 million. Yes, $1.5 million for something once worth 25 cents. This jaw-dropping figure is not just about the metal, it's about everything the coin represents: history, liberty, rarity, and the timeless allure of treasure. So, the next time you come across an old coin, remember this story. What may seem like a small piece of change could hold a history worth telling and a value worth dreaming about. The 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar proves that hidden among ordinary things, extraordinary treasures await those who believe in stories, in history, and in the endless pursuit of discovery. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this: reaching into your pocket, hearing the soft clink of change, and pulling out a coin you've likely seen 1,000 times before. It's small, coppery, and marked with the date 2003. To most people, it's nothing more than a simple 2-pence coin, the kind of currency that slips easily through our hands in everyday transactions. But what if I told you that this very coin, the 2003 2-pence, could be hiding a secret value so extraordinary that it could transform from pocket change into a life-changing treasure worth $69,000? This is not just a story about money, it's a story about history, about craftsmanship, and about the way even the smallest things can carry enormous value when seen through the eyes of collectors. The 2003 Two Pence is a perfect example of how ordinary objects can become extraordinary treasures. It teaches us to look closely, to appreciate detail, and to never underestimate the hidden gems that pass through our hands. The year 2003 was a fascinating time in history. The world was experiencing rapid change, with new technologies transforming daily life, yet coins remained a constant, tangible symbol of value. Unlike digital money, which exists only in numbers on a screen, coins are physical, real, and lasting. The 2003 Two Pence was minted during this period of transition, serving as both a tool of commerce and a piece of history that reflected its era. Now think about the design of the coin. Every mark, every engraving on its surface is there for a reason. The 2 pence carried its traditional look, connecting the present to the past and maintaining continuity in the nation's identity. The details may seem small, but to a collector, those details are everything. They tell a story of artistry, of pride, and of a minting process that values precision above all. Holding a 2003 2 pence is like holding a miniature artwork, created not on canvas, but in metal. But here is where things get interesting. Not all coins are created equal. While millions of 2 pence coins were struck in 2003, some stood apart. These were the coins that slipped past ordinary circulation and survived the years in pristine condition, untouched, their surfaces still gleaming as if they had just left the mint. Some others bore unique variations or errors, tiny differences that most people would never notice but that collectors treasure. Perhaps the strike was slightly off-center, perhaps a doubling effect appeared in the letters, or maybe the coin was struck with an unusual die. These quirks turned a simple coin into a rare masterpiece, the kind that collectors chase with passion. Imagine walking into an auction hall. A small 2 pence coin from 2003 sits inside a protective case under bright lights. It looks simple, almost too ordinary to be the star of the show. But as the auctioneer begins, hands shoot up, and the bidding war begins. The numbers climb higher and higher, as collectors compete to own this rare piece of numismatic history. The coin's humble face hides the fact that it is now worth tens of thousands of dollars, ultimately reaching that unbelievable figure of $69,000. What makes it so valuable is not just its age or design, but its story, its rarity, and the demand it inspires among passionate collectors. Coins like the 2003 2 pence remind us that value is not always obvious. To the untrained eye, it might look like pocket change. To the collector, it's a treasure. This duality is what makes coin collecting so fascinating. It's a hunt for the rare in the midst of the ordinary, a search for the stories hidden in plain sight. Rarity plays the biggest role in this story. The fewer pristine examples of the 2003 2 pence that exist, the higher the demand. Add in error coins or special mint variations, and the value climbs even further. Some of these coins have been preserved in near-perfect condition, sealed away in coin sets or carefully kept by those who understood their potential. Today, those who own them hold not just a coin, but a piece of fortune. But beyond rarity, there is also emotional value. A coin dated 2003 might resonate personally with someone. It could be the year of a birth, a graduation, a wedding, or another milestone. That emotional tie adds another layer of demand. Collectors aren't just buying metal, they're buying meaning, memory, and connection. That's something money can't manufacture, and it's a huge part of why this coin has reached such staggering values. It's also important to remember the durability of coins. Paper money tears and fades, technology shifts, but coins endure. They are built to last, to be passed from hand to hand, and in the case of rarities like the 2003 2 pence, to be passed from generation to generation. They outlive us, carrying stories of who we were and what we valued. When you hold one of these coins, you're holding more than currency, you're holding history. Stories of lucky finds keep collectors inspired. Imagine someone sorting through an old jar of coins, only to stumble upon a 2003 2 pence that had been sitting there untouched for years. At first, they might dismiss it as ordinary. But upon closer inspection, with a bit of research, they discover its true rarity. Suddenly, that jar of change has produced a treasure worth tens of thousands. These are the stories that ignite fascination and remind us that treasure is still out there, waiting to be discovered. The 2003 Two Pence has gone from being one of the smallest units of currency to one of the most fascinating collectibles. Its journey from pocket change to treasure chest tells us something important: that value is often hidden, and it takes a curious eye to uncover it. Collectors know this. They study coins, they learn their histories, and they dedicate their lives to uncovering the hidden gems of numismatics. And now, after exploring its history, design, minting, rarity, and the passion it inspires, we arrive at the climax of this story. The 2003 United States of America 2 pence coin, once just another small piece of money, is today valued at an incredible $69,000. Yes, you heard that right, a coin that once bought you next to nothing is now worth nearly $70,000. It's a reminder to all of us: never underestimate the power of the small and the ordinary. The coins in your pocket might just be treasures in disguise. And as the story of the 2003 Two Pence shows, sometimes the smallest things carry the biggest surprises. So the next time you pick up a coin, don't dismiss it. Look closer. Study its details. Notice its date. Because hidden among those ordinary pieces of change could be a rare gem, waiting to reveal its secret value, just like the 2003 Two Pence coin, a small coin with a big story, worth $69,000. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more amazing coin stories.